This video is on nouns as parts of speech. It's exercise 2, identifying common nouns and proper nouns. In this activity, we're going to find the nouns and then identify each noun as a common noun or a proper noun. So here's our first one. Mark and his parents went to the Black American West Museum and Heritage Center in Denver. So first, we got to find the nouns in there. Mark, and we'd ask, is this a particular person? Out of all the people, is Mark a particular person? Yes, and that's what makes it a proper noun, which we capitalized. Then let's find another noun. We have parents. Are these specific people? In this case, no, and so it's just a common noun. Next we have the Black American West Museum and Heritage Center. Out of all the museums there are, this is a particular one, which makes it a proper noun. There's one more noun. It's Denver. So out of all the cities, we named this one. It's a specific city, so Denver is a proper noun. Next we have, the museum displays many items that cowboys used. What are we looking for? You know we're looking for nouns. So we see the museum, items, and cowboys. Those are all the nouns we have in that sentence. Are these specific or general terms? That's what we have to ask if we're deciding if something's a common or proper noun. In this case, they're all general, and so these are all common nouns. Next we have, these items are from the collection of Paul Stewart, the man who founded the museum. You can see him in the picture there. Can you find the 5 nouns we have in this sentence? First we have items, collection, Paul Stewart, a man, and the museum. So when we look at these, only one of these names a particular specific noun. Which do you think it is? If you notice that it's Paul Stewart, that's the proper noun, which makes all the rest of them common nouns. Next, we have Mark saw saddles, knives, hats, and lariats, which are the rope things that the lassos are on. How can we tell if there are common or proper nouns here? You should know by asking if it names a specific noun or not. So here's all the nouns, pretty much almost the whole sentence. And like before, only one of them is proper. So you see that Mark's proper, and the rest of them are general terms for different things. So they're all common. Next up, we have, he also saw many pictures of African American cowboys. We have pictures and cowboys are the nouns in that sentence, and they're both general terms. They're not capitalized. They're common nouns. Here's a good question. Why isn't African American a proper noun in this case? They capitalized it after all. The answer would be that it's doing the job of an adjective. African American is describing cowboys, so it's not a noun, even though it's capitalized. It just goes to show not everything that's capitalized is a proper noun. Next, we have the museum is located in an old house that is listed in the National Register of Historic Places. That one gave me some trouble. Here's the nouns. We can see 2 of them are common. The other one's proper. It's a specific thing. Next up, we have the house once belonged to Dr. Justina L. Ford. You can see her in the picture there. We have 2 nouns, house and Dr. Justina L. Ford. Well, if we look at house, we ask the question, is it a general term or specific? It's a general thing, so it's common. Then Dr. Justina L. Ford, she's a specific lady, and so it's a proper noun. She was the first black female physician in Colorado. The nouns are physician and Colorado. Physician's a common noun. Colorado, being specific, would be a proper noun. Next, we have, Mark was amazed by all of the old medical instruments in one display. There's a picture of some of those rusty old saw blades. Mark, instruments, and display are the nouns, and I think we've seen Mark before, so you should know it's proper. Instruments and display are both common. They're just general terms for things. Finally, Mark said, he said he was glad doctors don't use equipment like that anymore. We have two nouns, doctors and equipment, and you should see that they're both common. So what makes doctors a common noun? You should know by now that it's the name of a general group of people. Now, can you classify nouns as common or proper? That's kind of the goal of the video. Hopefully you can. Thanks for watching. This has been Nouns as Parts of Speech. It was exercise 2, identifying common nouns and proper nouns.